Hello, Brightburn YouTube Academy. How's everyone doing today? I am your host, James Salazar. How is the world doing? Pretty crazy right now. Things are getting tricky. But today I want to talk about counting the cost. You know, it's not easy having an entrepreneur mindset. Because an entrepreneur mindset is someone who's going to do things themselves. Not that they can't have help from other people. They can. But they're in charge of their business. And they're taking in charge of their life. And financially. And they're willing to take risk. And so many people never count the cost. And you see all these self-help gurus, well-intentioned and right, but maybe not as compassionate as you would like towards how hard it is to do it. It is hard. Every day I struggle just to get on the horse and do it again. Especially when you're doing something new, and you may not be getting any monetary compensation, or maybe when I just opened this new thing called the Future Republic, and I'm in the second week and nobody's watching it, and that can be daunting, that can be heartbreaking, and you just gotta pick yourself up and go on again and be someone who looks at the long game, not the short game. Like in everything in life, if you look at the short game at the beginning of things, you're going to be very disappointed. When it comes to working out, when it comes to dieting, when it comes to opening a business, when it comes to saving money, everything's going to be very minimal, very short. You're going to see very short growth and all of that. But if you look at the long game, and you focus on the long game, and if you look at the matrix, once you finish the long game, obviously they're better than looking in the moment, looking 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, and trying to determine whether you're going to be successful in 3 months. No, I've been out of work at this, trying to influence people, trying to coach people for the last 5 years. And I mean, through the internet, I've been doing that since I was basically 12 years old without being compensated. And I was a youth pastor and pastor for 10 years of my life. So you can't look at things in the present and make a calculation whether you're going to do it or not. You can make a calculation on the adjustment, for sure. Adjustments are needed. And having benchmarks are needed. You know, in 3 months from now, where do you want to be? And if you're close to that, if you hit that, that's awesome. If you're hit above and beyond that, you're really on your way. If you're not hitting that benchmark, you need to make adjustments. This is a simple thing in life. If you join the Brightburn YouTube group, the Brightburn Society Facebook group, that I'm in, you go in there and look at that. I have a free handout called benchmarks, and in there you're supposed to put the benchmarks of where you're supposed to be in your goals. So if you need that, it is there for you for free. Joining the group is for free. It's the group for people who have an entrepreneur mind or want to be an entrepreneur, and we're all on the same journey there. So it's a very cool group. It is free to you. You just need to ask to join. A couple handouts are there. There is a free life coaching course in there for just to get you started, a 4-video series. A lot of free things. There's a free handout called How to Be Great at Everything You Can Do. It's a really cool group. A lot of free stuff at the beginning. If you just need to join, just to watch it, but I guarantee you're going to like it. Because I talk to you at least 3 to 4 times a week, and we get into what it means to be an entrepreneur. But that's another story. We're here at the Brightburn YouTube Academy, and we're talking about having the long game, seeing the long game, not looking at your present circumstances as a motivation to quit, but as a something that needs to be analyzed to adjust towards your long game goal. And if you haven't made your long-term goals 3 to 5 years, you need to do that. Those who don't plan to fail. But it ain't easy. It's going to take, well, it's hard. It's easy. The hard part is consistency and discipline. Doing it's pretty easy. I guarantee you've had a harder job picking up trash, breaking rocks, doing physically hard stuff, or being at a call center that is way more harder than doing your own business. It's just when you get home from work and you're exhausted, and that's the time you need to give to creating your empire. It's hard, and there's something good on TV and you want to procrastinate. It's not easy to give up and to sacrifice those moments. So let me leave you with this. Hey everybody, it's James Salazar with James Salazar Media here. If I can just have a moment of your time to talk about some of my shows and some free things I have for you. First of all, on my YouTube channel, I have the Brightburn YouTube Academy, where we talk about mindsets and belief systems of what it means to be an entrepreneur. We also have the Intellectual Anarchy Show, where we talk about politics, philosophy, and religion. I think they're inseparable from having a keen mind and intellect. We also have the James Salazar Media Podcast, where we talk about pop culture, politics, and futurism. Some free things I have for you. I have the Brightburn Society Facebook group. Here you gather with like-minded people on the same journey you're on meeting your goal, fulfilling your dreams, and what it means to be an entrepreneur. I also have a free handout, an ebook called How to Be Great at Everything You Do Blueprint. And also, if you want me to come speak at your event, or you need some life coaching, you can find both these links in the James Salazar /SLING address, or take a picture of my QR code, and we'll all link you to all this stuff. So thank you for your time and have a good day. Hey everybody, it's James Salazar with James. So, it always wants to come back on. I don't know why it does that. So let's bring it all together. No one says having an extraordinary life is easy, but you need to count the cost of how much money is going to take to do your business, how much discipline and time, and what things you're going to need to sacrifice. For sure, right? All the pitfalls that will happen, all the times you fall on your face, that will happen, but they get you closer and closer. And whenever you're in a tough circumstance, do not make any quitting decisions based on that circumstance. Get out of that circumstance, conquer that circumstance, and then make it a non-emotional decision of whether you want to do something or not. Okay? You're not allowed to quit when you're in the difficulty. You're not. If your job when you fall on your face is to get back up. Your job when you fail is to learn from it and keep on going. After that, if you don't want to do it, after you conquered it, after you learned it, well, that's your choice. But why go through all that if you were going to quit? So I think quitting is not an option. Failure is always an option. It is unavoidable. You can't get to success without failure. So each failure is a stepping stone towards your long-term goal. Focus on your long-term goal. Don't let your present difficulties determine your long-term goal. Do not get emotionally invested in your failures, but get emotionally invested in your future. Hope this makes sense to you. Right? It's not easy. Whoever told you it was easy, they weren't telling you the truth. It is easier for some people just to be taken care of, just to get a 9 to 5 check and have someone have the building and they pay you and you come into work and you come out and you go to bed and you don't have to do anything. For you to be someone who's working for somebody right now, but you want to work on your own thing and you go through work and do all that, and then you come home and then you have to work on your thing, that could be daunting for some people. You need to count the cost. Was a great plan, takes risk, but comes great reward. And that's why people do it. They're rewarded with an extraordinary life, the life that they are planning for themselves. There's nothing wrong knowing that you want to work for somebody else and getting a 9 to 5 job so you can come home and not have to worry about anything else. There is pleasure. There is great things in that. At times when there is difficult moments in my life, I wish I said I should have stood at that one job 20 years ago. I would be retired by now. Then I get over it. I keep on trucking. I say no, because I'm looking to retire off of my own resources, my own intellectual property, and my actual property, and my investments in my businesses. Some people just need to write their own path. Good, bad, or indifferent. I am that. That might be you. And that's why you're watching the Brightburn YouTube Academy, because you want more. So, my friends, I'm going to leave you with that today. You can't focus on the long-term goal if you don't have one. Number one. Number two, realize that's your focus once you plan it. And then the present difficulties that come from trying to meet your long-term goals don't matter. They're unavoidable, but they don't matter because you're on the long-term goal. Count all the costs of what it's going to take to get that long-term goal and then commit to the end goal. Have a good one, everybody. So many ways you can say it.